He has so much more in store for you, and I am living proof. Hey sis, where are you in your journey of breaking toxic cycles and healing so you can find godly love? I believe each of us is called to a specific space, a place where God can guide us, mold us, and prepare us for the kind of love He always intended for us to have. In today's episode, we're going to talk about identifying the season you're in, whether you're still stuck in a toxic cycle in the middle of your healing season, or walking in the fruit of God's promise. Let's get real about where you are and what it's going to take to move you forward, whole, healed, and ready for God's best. Hey sis, welcome to Girl Date the Good Guy podcast. The space where we strip away the noise and get real about toxic cycles, healing, and stepping into the love God has for us. I'm your host, Emily Jordan, and I've been where you are, heartbroken, confused, and chasing love that didn't come from God. So grab your coffee, your journal, and your heart, and let's begin. Before we dive in, I'd love your help. If you've been blessed by this podcast, take a moment to follow the show and leave a review. Your support helps more women like you find truth, healing, and hope. Together, we're helping women step into God's best and embrace the kind of love He's designed for us. I remember each of my seasons vividly. The toxic cycle I couldn't seem to get out of, the one that had me emotionally drained, doubting my worth, and questioning if love like God promised even existed. Then came the season of healing, celibacy, silence, and surrender. A season where I had to trust that God's plan for love was worth waiting for, even when it didn't make sense. And then came the promise, the arrival of what I had prayed for, cried for, hoped for, and almost gave up on. A godly love that reflected His heart for me. Sis, I sat in uncertainty too. I questioned if love would ever come. I wondered if I was too broken. I cried tears in the middle of the night, asking God, when will it be my turn? Little did I know His plan was so much greater than mine. And now I walk in that truth. And I'm here to tell you, His plan is better, sis. Better than you could ever imagine. Now for our teaching. Where are you on your journey? We're going to first address breaking the toxic cycle. If you're in a cycle of emotional, verbal, or financial abuse, and you know deep down you're not being treated in a way that honors God, it's time to break the cycle, sis. Some of you are in this cycle right now, and I was there, and it is hard to break, but it is absolutely possible. I want to go over a few bullet points of why you must break free from this cycle. We are all on a different journey. We all become aware at different times and decide that enough is enough. Number one, God does not call you to abuse or dysfunction. God is not a God of chaos. That's number one. Number two, your purpose is on the line. The longer you stay, the longer you delay what God wants to do in your life. I want to say that again because I think this one's really important. The longer you stay, the longer you delay what God wants to do in your life. Number three, wounds don't heal in the same environment that broke you. Number four, your future is on the line. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, and those plans do not include cycles of pain." It's not part of God's plan. Number five, your children and generations are watching. You're breaking something that they won't have to, sis. You've got to fight for your freedom, spiritually and emotionally. You are too valuable to settle for less than what God designed for you. You're too valuable to your Father in heaven. He does not want this for His daughters, not a minute longer. Some of you may be in the healing season. You're out of the situation, you've broke free from it, and now you're like, I need to heal. That was something serious, because it was something serious. Let me tell you something hard but true about this season. Healing is not optional. It's not optional. You have to heal from what you just went through. And let me give you a few steps on why this matters. Number one, you need to learn to love yourself again. What broke you won't sew itself back together. It takes time, prayer, and intention. Number two, you have to face the pain, shame, and guilt that's been buried, especially if you have children who were affected too. Their healing is tied to yours. I want to say that again. Their healing is tied to yours. Number three, you'll need to forgive yourself for staying too long, for what you didn't know, and for what you accepted. That's a hard one. I really battled with that one for a long time. Number four, You must learn to set healthy boundaries. You need to learn to say no without guilt because that's protection. Number 5, you'll have to redefine love, not through trauma or pain, but through truth and wholeness. This season may feel quiet, lonely, even confusing, but it's the most sacred part of your journey. It's where you become whole. It's where you grow closer to God. It's where you see Him move in your life in ways that you could never imagine. You want to receive love when you're whole, not when you're broken. Now, number 3, for some of you, this is your holy pause season, a time of celibacy, healing, and intimacy with God. You can't rush the season. You're going to have to rest in it. Seriously. It may take some time. If you use this time to let God show you what love really looks like, His love, because when you fall in love with Him first, I promise you, sister, you will never settle again. You won't. Number 4, walking in godly love. Some of you are walking in this season where I am, healed and in a godly relationship. Even then, there's still work to do. So let's look at what that season looks like. You're learning to love in a healthy way, not from fear, but from freedom. You're practicing discernment. Even a godly relationship requires wisdom. And this is absolutely true for those who are dating that might not be in an actual relationship just yet, knowing that this is the one God has for you. Now, some of you may wait and God's going to bring them. Like me. Some of you may wait and then God brings you into a season of dating and you're going to have to use real discernment during that season of dating. Also, you're learning to communicate with grace, not defense. You're learning to trust again slowly but surely, and you're nurturing the garden God gave you, tending it with prayer, patience, and true intentionality. Because there's still even a season before God wants to bring you both together. He has to prepare your hearts to receive it, because then you're just going to go into the next marriage and mess it up. You don't want to do that, right? So He's going to have to prepare your heart and His heart to come together. I needed practice when my guy came around, and he was part of my healing, which was absolutely a beautiful story. I believe God has that for a lot of you, where you'll go through the healing, a lot of the healing, and then you'll come to a space, and you know in your heart if it's time for you to sit and heal. You will know that. I knew it. When God called me to that holy pause, I knew it. I was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do not need another relationship. I'm a hot mess and I need to get it together. While my story was 10 years, that doesn't necessarily mean yours is 10 years. Everyone, again, story is different, but I still feel we have seasons that we're being called to. If you're in the toxic cycle, get out. Then you've got to heal. You got to find that healing, that holy pause, that time to spend with God, to get to know Him, to let Him do the work, to draw closer to Him in an intimate way that you've never known Him. And then from there, He'll call you into either that dating season, and then you still have to learn because you're having to walk it out now. Now you're having to walk out that healthy relationship. Just remember, the devil will bring counterfeits too. That's why we don't need you in a hurry. We need you to pause. Healthy love requires healing hearts. It's not perfect, but it's peaceful. Okay, so now for your homework. Call to action, sister. I want you to journal where you are in your journey. Are you breaking the cycle, healing in your holy pause, or walking in love? Number 2, I want you to ask God for revelation. Lord, show me what season I'm truly in. If you're unsure, just ask. God will show you. He is a God of confirmation. I know. I've walked with Him. Number 3, write one boundary you're going to start honoring this week. Whether that's because you're still in a toxic situation, or you're healing and you need to learn yourself. Because I know one thing, I had to learn myself to a T, who I am and who I'm not, and what I'm working on, because there's a lot God needed to work out of me, and still is. I think we're ever walking on these journeys. And then I want you to pray over your next step. And remember, progress is still progress, even if it's small. Celebrate your small wins. This is not going to happen overnight. I can't say that enough. But wherever you are today, know this. God sees you. He's not forgotten about you, and He's not finished with your story. This is your journey to becoming the woman who can both receive and sustain a godly love. So keep going, keep healing, keep trusting, because God's plan for you, for your love story, for you, yes, you, sweet girl, for your love story is still unfolding, and it is beautiful. It is going to be beautiful. And I am so excited about that for you. For tuning in to Girl Date the Good Guy. Until next time, keep your heart soft, your standards high, and your faith even higher.